mean that we need to go move to the smart city. Because we are not welcome here. We're polar bear killers.
We're polar bear... Oh, if we're using fossil fuels, we're killing...
We don't use fossil fuels. It's petroleum.
Petroleum, yes. Okay, well, we're recording.
Okay.
Do you want me to just keep dousing it? Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to a biochar burn. This trailer we put up about 6 months ago and had it under a tarp through the hot sun to dry it. Dry feedstock is the best for making char.
Why is that?
Because then it doesn't put off the moisture. Well, it burns quicker for one, and
It's not really burning, it's pyrolyzing. If it's not dry and seasoned, you end up with a bunch of wood that didn't turn to charcoal. So that's
right, cured.
You've got to get the moisture level down or it won't do its thing properly.
And now I'm dousing it just because it's getting too hot.
Especially in the center.
In the center?
The outside, you want to get the heat going on the outside, right up against the steel.
Oh yeah, look, we put steel as a ring on the ground. Can you see it? And it kind of creates a cauldron.
It keeps the oxygen from coming in down below as fire goes up. So the oxygen gets right to here, the steel's hot, and it pushes the oxygen up and doesn't let it in.
Through the bottom, because we want the char at the bottom. Because if the oxygen got to the char at the bottom, it could reignite and turn to ash. So the whole goal of what we're doing here is to have more char than ash.
And if the wood is not cured and dry, and rainwater, it's got too much moisture in it, the pieces are too big. See, that is probably going to be looking like wood as opposed to smashed into black charcoal.
This trailer was mounted high. I would say you've reduced it by a third.
Yeah, over halfway.
There's a truck. So just get your volumes in there. We'll see how much we make here. It'll just look like a black mound after we put it all out. But when you put it in, if we can get a couple wheelbarrows out of this, that's a good amount. So it does make it worth your time if you have the space. And yeah, within city limits, it's not as practical or it's illegal.
In the urban growth boundary.
But maybe we should back up. Why are we making charcoal? Well, in the garden soil, it will do wonders to hold the amendments that you want in there because it's such a porous substance. What is it? In a golf ball sized piece of charcoal, you've got a football field of linear chasms, little surface area. So there's lots of little pores that hold room for microbial action to get busy and hold on to the mineral content. Apparently there's a microbe for every mineral. You know, it's a buddy system, which the vegetable roots or plant roots that you're trying to grow can access it. They'll just like dig in and have a really nice interaction, because the plant is setting different minerals through photosynthesis back down into the soil. There's a lot of action that we didn't know about. And the word humus comes up because when there is a lot of action in the soil, it becomes living, like a living soil, and those things are what nourish the plants, making happy plants. We eat the plants and then we get those minerals, which it's not a common topic for conversation, but with the growing amount of disease, ill health, diabetes, cancer, on and on, it's indicators that, you know, we're not really getting nourished with our food. So getting, you know, it might not be fun for a lot, but growing as much as you can personalizes and creates a whole lifestyle choice of, you know, feeding yourself.
And speaking of lifestyle choices, who's the climate refugees?
Who are the climate refugees? Is your question to me?
Yes. We are going to be, because they don't want anybody doing this, because of climate change, greenhouse gases.
Oh, displacing person saying this is off limits to you to utilize?
Yeah, move to the smart city. Buy your food at
The
Sqirl.
smart city conversation. Right. Right. And it seems ideal for some people, like they actually believe that that's the way to live. Flats or apartments without kitchens, and you're just eating out at a biotech restaurant, because there's a concerted effort to put academia learning and research and development into food tech, lab-grown food. That's where the money's going. The money isn't going into regenerating soils where food comes from, like that's what, you know, we've been eating food grown in the soil as humans for as long as, I don't know, a long time. Eating what grows on the earth. It's a human action. And changing that to say technology and clean lab food is what we want, some people might buy it, but of course we don't. Nothing like a homegrown root bake. In the Pacific Northwest, I had success this summer with parsnips, carrots, fennel root, or fennel bulbs, beets, rutabaga, winter squash, pumpkins, potatoes. I didn't get my onions in, but I did get scallions, and I did great with garlic. You know, those are good meals with spices, seasoning, and some sort of protein source. I mean, there is protein in vegetables. I do like meat though, but it goes a long way. And any one thing that you can grow is so satisfying. Oh, lots of tomatoes. I put up some salsa. I am starting to shell beans. Scarlet runners did well. I don't know. I think I'll have maybe 3 pounds. I'll save some for seed for next year. And as a seasonal activity in the fall, we harvest. And then last night, before the rain, we were able to till up all the weeds and the remnants of the season, add biochar compost that we put up in the spring by our neighbor Frank. That's another video. It was 1, 2, and 3 black gold. So it was a brush pile that we asked a neighbor if we could burn it on his property and make some char. And we separated the leaves, the brushy sort of material, mulched it, and piled it up in circular deer fencing to make these towers. So that broke down over the summer. We added some deer buck poop, a little bit of chicken poop. I only have 2 chickens. And shoveled that in, tilled it in, and just got some cover crop seed in last night before the rain. White clover, rye, there was a little vetch mixed in there, and I also like daikon radish for eating, but it does break up. It digs down, because 8 inches down below the soil that we've been gardening on is hardpan clay. And it was interesting to see that the parsnips that punched down into the clay, I could not pull them up. They broke off. When I went to harvest the parsnips, the very tip of the taproot was in the clay, and I'd pull and it just broke off. That clay's hard, that's what I'm saying. But there's minerals in there. I'm really happy with the winter squash. I probably grew too many. The space out of the rain will be kind of difficult to find, but we'll be eating them. I could can them too. Pot of maroon, winter squash, blue Hubbard, and some sweet pumpkins for pie. I'm happy about that. What else, Brian? Fire's nice.
Let's save it for the...
Part 2?
Well, what did we end up with? A bunch of ash?
Right. I mean, this is going pretty quick, but this is quite a bit of wood. It'll probably take an hour. Brian working on his own.
He deserves the punishment.
No, it's not his fault. I'm just kind of... My knee hurts. This is willow. Beautiful smell.
Yeah, and maple, cedar, and some fruit tree prunes.
Oh.
So some decent hardwood. Willows traditionally a sought after wood for making charcoal for some reason.
Willow?
Yep.
Huh.
They would make a charcoal for a variety of reasons for hundreds of thousands of years.
Right.
There's some aspects of the willow that probably desirable, whether it's gunpowder or in the steel making needs. All kinds of stuff. So you should turn it off because we still have to bring the wood chipper over.
The wood chipper?
No, chip the char.
Chip it. Oh, okay. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.